Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Sam, and in today's video I wanted to do a reading vlog in which I read books from authors that I have never read before. This will be fun, branch out, try some new authors, try some new books that I have been really interested in reading, and just try to see if I can find some new favorite authors. So I have already picked out the 3 books that we are going to be reading this week. I am going to be reading Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kong, and Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I'm pretty excited about all of these books. I've heard very good things about all of them. They all have very high reviews, and I just want to know for myself. The first book that I'm going to be starting with is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and this is cheating just a little bit because I have read a couple of her short stories in the past, but I've never read any of her full-length novels, and I have really been wanting to get into her series and her full-length books and everything for such a long time. She has such high reviews, and I want to know what the hype is. I want in. As per usual, I'm going into all of these books pretty blind. I have heard bits about all of these books, but nothing really enough to have much expectations other than how much people enjoy them. So that's it. Very excited to start this reading vlog, and let's just get started on the first book. Hi everybody. First of all, please ignore my bangs. I desperately need to give them a trim tonight, but I wanted to do a check-in for Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I'll try and hold this bookmark because it's gonna be really annoying. But I ended up making it just over 100 pages into this yesterday, and I posted an update on Goodreads when I was 20 pages in, and I'm already loving them. They're so adorable, and the meet cute was so much fun, and I don't know, I'm just really enjoying Abby Jimenez's writing. I feel like the small town vibes that we're going to be getting from this is going to just be the best. I can already tell, like, the friendships and just the way that people care about each other in this town that Daniel lives in is just so cute. Yeah, being only 100 pages in, I'm not really 100% sure what else to say. I went into this totally blind. Your main characters kind of meet on chance, just the cutest introduction. And I don't really know everything that Daniel's necessarily going through right now, but our female main character, Alexis, there's a lot of things going on in her life, a lot of family pressures, a lot of societal pressures, and just crappy things that she's trying to get through and overcome. So I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen. I feel like, knowing the way that a lot of romance books goes, I have an idea of what's going to happen based on my experience with other romance books, but I have heard that, I don't know if it's necessarily this book in particular or Abby Jimenez's books overall, but I have been hearing that when you're in it, like, you really don't know how the characters are ever gonna be together. Like, it's really like life just gets in the way or something. So I'm really, really intrigued. I don't want to rush through this book either, but I do kind of want to get it finished today. I don't know if that's going to be possible. So I've already done some reading today, and I still have like 250 pages left, and that's way more than my eyeballs will usually take from me. But we'll see. The 100 pages that I read yesterday, I was able to read them very quickly, so we'll see. Hopefully I can get through at least most of this today, and I could just finish off the last bit in the morning or something. Yeah, I'm having a great time. I know that I said this, I think, in my last vlog, but I'm definitely over my reading slump. I don't know if it's a reading slump, the life slump that I've been in, or just this kind of unconscious, well, maybe not entirely unconscious, a little bit conscious approach that I'm taking to my reading and like planning out vlogs. And I'm just really excited about the books that I am picking up and I'm reading, and I'm trying to like actually make time for fitting in books that I'm really excited about and also choosing books that I'm really excited about in my monthly TBRs, as well as like the ideas that I have for planning reading vlogs. I'm just really excited about them and I'm having a great time. I just hope this continues. I'm gonna keep reading this, hopefully get a good chunk finished today. I'll either check in later or tomorrow. I probably won't do another check-in until after I finish it unless like something happens and I feel like I need to talk about it, but that's all for now. Having a great time. Very excited to finally be reading Abby Jimenez's full-length books and getting into her work. I've been really putting it off for way longer than I should be. Okay, I have just over 100 pages left and I need to say some things. First of all, I feel like it was a bit slow there for like a small chunk of it, maybe like 50 pages kind of in the middle. And I was really disliking Alexis, but then some things happened and I started to really like her again and really feel for her and everything that she's going to. Her family and the people that she like associates with are horrible people. As a lot of the things that are happening in this book are very unrealistic to, I feel like, the general population is in terms of like her specific situation, but sort of the like mental feelings and emotions that she's going through are very realistic. But at the same time, knowing that this is just a little romance book, I'm just yelling at her to leave them all behind. Just leave them all behind because they suck and none of them want the best for her at all. And yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen. I fear what I have to say is going to disappoint some people. This book was just okay. I finished this book yesterday, and when I finished it, I knew I just really needed a night to sleep on it to try to put my thoughts together. I don't know if it's because I hyped this up in my mind so much because so many people love Abby Jimenez and rave about this book and this series overall. And maybe I just went into it with too high expectations, but I had a lot of problems with this book. I'm sorry if there's a horrible background noise. Dinner's being made, so I want to quickly do this wrap up so I can go help out. I definitely still think that the beginning of this book was so cute. I loved the meet cute that they did and the way that our two main characters met. Absolutely loved the small town, loved everybody in it. It was just so sweet and had like the best cozy vibes. And the sort of element of whimsy that was in this was great. I really appreciated that. But I just really hated our female main character, Alexis. It's definitely part of the explanation in like the third act, resolution, whatever. Like as I was reading, I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And as I was getting closer and closer to the end, I was like, we didn't get anything out of their relationship. Really. It was very surface level. And I, from the very beginning, knew exactly what was going to happen. And it played out exactly like I suspected. So that was really frustrating for me. I kind of wanted more of this. Will they, won't they? Like, how are they going to work this out? I knew exactly how they were going to work this out. Without giving anything away, her family sucks. So I think I settled on like a 3.5 star for this. I overall had a fun time reading this. There was definitely a lot of moments that I giggled. I loved the animals. I loved a lot of the scenes in this, but the like core of this book really bothered me. So now this is not to say that I will never pick up another Abby Jimenez book. I definitely want to continue this series, read her backlist and everything, because I have read her novellas and I've enjoyed them, or not novellas, short stories, I guess. And I feel like people like the subsequent books in the series more and more. So I have hope. I'm very excited that I finally jumped into Abby Jimenez's writing and worlds. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to pick up next, but I will let you know when I do. Hi, everybody. I wanted to do a very quick update on the next book that I'm reading, How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kang. I'm gonna make this really quick. I have made it just over 100 pages into this book the other day, but I woke up yesterday with some pretty bad eye irritation, so I've been trying to take a break from reading and everything to let my eye heal. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so hopefully it's nothing serious and it goes away very quickly because I'm already over it. I miss being able to read. Anyway, I was kind of enjoying this book, although it's written in third person, which is very strange for a romance. I don't think I've ever read a romance written in third person like this before. The way that this starts, like, jumps right into like, the middle of a scene, and we get set up as our female main character is in high school and just lost her sister. We find out who I assume is the male main character had some sort of role in her death. And then it jumps forward to 13 years in the future, something like that. And they both end up working on this like TV project. She's a famous author and he is a screenwriter, I think. Like, I understand their reason for not wanting to be around each other, but at the same time, it feels like their relationship is moving very quickly. Like, it kind of changed from 0 to 100 real quick. Not even 100, but just like did a full 180 of their opinions of each other. It's been a few days since I have read anything, but that is what I remember feeling from a couple days ago. I'm really hoping that I can read some this weekend. I don't know. This reading vlog may change very quickly, and this might be the last book in this reading vlog, which is not how I wanted this reading month to go, but it is what it is. Just gonna work on healing and getting better and feeling better and trying to just move forward. Hi, everybody. It has been a whole week since I have chatted on here. First, if you can hear any background noise, kids playing outside, anything like that, it's warm here finally. We have some warmth. I have my window open, really enjoying the warmth while it's here because it's probably our false spring, so I'm taking it while it's here. I wanted to give a little update on How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kang. I'm just over halfway through this book now, and my only plans for tonight, I have sushi coming and hoping to do a little bit more reading. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it today because although my eye is all better, I am still trying to take it easy and not strain it too much. But I figured it's been a week since I have checked in, even though you would have just seen me. But I wanted to give a little update. I was reading earlier today and was just so uncomfortable. I think I have mentioned that this is written in third person, which I don't think I've ever read for a romance book before, at least not that I can think of. And so I feel like it's a little impersonal how we're trying to like get into the characters' heads and stuff. I just, with the past that our characters have and how their lives are sort of entwined, hasn't really been discussed at all. Like, they have a very realistic, understandable reason that they should hate each other, or at least that our female main character should hate our male main character. And although there was a lot of tension in the beginning of this book, I feel like it was brushed past so fast, and they never had a conversation about what happened. It's just a little strange. There was a section of this book that I read earlier today where they're back in their hometown for the holidays. They're reconnecting, kind of talking about their past, meeting up with people from high school, and the things that are going on are just a little like, I shouldn't even say a little. It was really cringy. I was so uncomfortable. I just no, gross. And I don't know if it's like the characters because I really don't feel a connection between them, or the fact that it's third person, so it feels a little like one step removed, a little impersonal. So these flirtatious and like spicy activities are just feel a little out of place. I don't know, maybe it's just me because I was just editing and like working on uploading the my February wrap up video, and so many times in that video did I say that I did not feel the connection of our characters. So I don't know if I'm just like not picking the right books or I'm just in a mood. But this is giving me the ick. It didn't have like super high rating vibes for me, and it just might be going down. I don't know. I'm gonna hopefully read like another 100 pages or so tonight. I'm really hoping to get the majority of this book done so I could quickly finish it off tomorrow. But we'll see what happens, not holding myself to anything, but very excited for my cozy little night in. I've been craving sushi for days. Cannot wait for that to show up. It's just a great day. I'm having a great time. Okay, so that sushi was so delicious. I saved probably a better roll to bring to the office for lunch tomorrow. Leftover sushi is definitely not nearly as good as fresh, but I'm very excited to be able to enjoy it a little bit more tomorrow. That was just exactly what I needed. Just so good. I'm going to sit down now and read for a little while. We'll see how much more of this I can get done tonight. Hello everybody, I wanted to check in and update this vlog. Excuse the background, I'm doing laundry today and also I need to clean up a few things, but it is what it is. That's just how the day is going. I ended up finishing How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong the other day. None of my opinions really changed from the last time I spoke about this book. I think I'm settled on like a 3-star rating. I didn't particularly like either of the characters, and I felt like the story was a little bit one step removed, and it was a bit impersonal in the way that it was written. I can definitely see why people enjoy this book and really like this book. I think the writing was very good and very well done. It just didn't necessarily work for me in this specific story and context. And honestly, I don't. When I was getting ready to film this clip, I was trying to think about the things that I wanted to say and things that I wanted to update you on about this book, and I honestly almost forgot like everything that happened. I just, yeah, really just didn't really care for the main characters, and I think that was my biggest problem with this book. If you don't care for or connect to the main characters, I think it makes the book a lot more difficult to connect to and enjoy. Glad that I read it. I was definitely interested in reading this one, interested in reading another author, but that's this book finished, another book done. And then yesterday I ended up starting Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, and I'm like 125 pages into this so far. Very much enjoying it. Absolutely love the writing. I just did not want to stop reading it. The writing style is so addictive, and In this one, we're following Yasmin and Josiah, who were very much in love, and we find out that something happened which caused Yasmin specifically to go to like a really dark place, and they end up getting divorced. They have two older kids, like 10 and 13. We're seeing how they co-parent and are trying to live their lives and get back to, I guess, themselves after everything that they have gone through and their divorce and everything. And I can just tell, like, there's already been a couple times that I have felt a bit like choked up. I will say definitely check the trigger warnings for this book if you have any, or if there's anything that you like to stay away from, because this definitely goes into some deep and dark topics. But I also really appreciate the way that, at least so far, mental health has been talked about, grief has been talked about, and sort of this interesting conversation about therapy where one of our main characters is very for therapy, has been going to therapy, and our male main character really doesn't believe in therapy for himself. And it's just very interesting. It talks a lot about like the social norm of like men not necessarily talking about their feelings and necessarily going to therapy. It's just, I'm really enjoying it. I really love the writing. Like I said, it's very addictive in the way that it's written, in the way that it's formatted. I just really want to know what's going on and just like want the best for these characters already. So very excited to read more of that, hoping to get another good chunk read today. And the last thing I wanted to talk about while I film this clip, I ended up ordering a package of like bookish stickers and things from a small shop that I wanted to shout out and talk about. I'll have all of her links listed down below, but I placed an order with Book Lovers Collective. Here are the links, but like I said, I will have everything linked down below as well. Her little order card is so sweet. You could probably use this as like a Kindle insert of some sort. Just so pretty. So when I made my order, she was having a sale, or like I think things were on sale, and she was also having like a deal where if you purchased so many things, you would get a free bookmark. So of course I ordered the most amount of things to get the most amount of bookmarks. So these are the 3 bookmarks that were in the deal for free. As a little add-ons, there's this pink one with like a locket and bows and martini glasses and cherries and birds and teacups. Just so sweet. And then there's also this one with hearts and glasses and like love potions and letters. Just so sweet, because I did also order this like right around Valentine's Day. And then lastly, there's this one with cows and strawberries, which I think are just so silly. I got those. And then I also picked out this bookmark and purchased this bookmark myself. Buy Me Books and Call Me Pretty. I just thought it was really cute and pretty on brand. And then I got some stickers as well, which the one thing that I will say is some of these stickers are way bigger than I thought they were going to be, which is great. I love the art, but it makes for less room on your Kindle for stickers, but that's okay. So the first one I got is this one, which is a stack of books saying Morley Gray is my favorite color, which I feel like is very on brand for my dark romance era that I'm kind of in right now. I also picked out this one with a stack of books and dragons and swords. I just thought it was just so pretty. And then I have been looking for this sticker with a design that I like for the longest time. It just has a Kindle and says, "If I die, delete my Kindle history." With some flowers. I also got this frog with a book that says, "Don't bug me or I'll eat you." With this little, like, I'm gonna say this is like an iced tea latte or something. I'm not a coffee girl. I also got this one, which if you know, you know. And then this book stack with different romance or just book tropes on it. And then lastly, a little cowboy goose, because I just thought it was so cute and silly, and also I love a good yeehaw romance. That's everything. Like I said, I'll link everything down below. That's it. That's all I got. Hello everybody. I wanted to wrap up Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I didn't end up finishing all of it on Friday, as I hoped. I had a bit left, and I ended up finishing it over the weekend. So let's chat about it. I really don't have much else to say different to what I have already mentioned and talked about. I absolutely loved this book and this romance. The way that Kennedy Ryan talks about grief and mental health, and specifically men's mental health, I think is really important and very realistic. And I think this book was just written so well. We get pieces of information in chunks, but nothing is held back as long as I thought it was going to be. We know that something happened to this family to cause them to separate. They've gone through a lot of grief and like trauma, and we are kind of just going through life with them as they are coming out the other side of all of this, and just, I guess, learning to be themselves again. It's very much slice of life. We get a lot of what they are going through, just day to day, the things that they have to deal with as parents, help navigate their children through what is going on. I did really appreciate that our characters are a little bit older. Both of their kids are 10 and 13. And I feel like the tension was really good, and the way that like the romance and relationship was handled was really well done. And just the writing, I know that I mentioned this, is just so bingeable, and I just did not want to stop reading. Very addictive. I just wanted to know what was happening. I wanted to know what they were going through and if they were going to get through it and have everything that they deserved. I do feel like there was something missing, and I'm just not sure exactly what it is. I think maybe I wanted more from the romance, but with the type of story this was, the way that it was written was very well done and made a lot of sense to the stories and their characters. But I wanted more from them. But overall, I did land on a 4.5 star. I thought this was just fantastic and just made me feel all of the feels. So I absolutely love this. Cannot wait to continue this series and read the next book, which I think is Soledad's story, which I'm very intrigued to see what it's about. We kind of got a glimpse into Yasmin's friend group and who the next 2 books are going to be about, and kind of the direction that these books might be taking. So this was definitely my favorite book of the week, of the video. And I will definitely be reading more Kennedy Ryan in the future. Yeah, absolutely loved it. But that is it for today's video. Those are the 3 books that I was reading in this video. I had a really great time, even though we had some things come up that prevented me from finishing this vlog when I wanted to. But nonetheless, I had a great time. I enjoyed my reading experience of all these books. If you have read any of these books, let me know down below what your thoughts were. If you have read any other books by these authors, I would love to chat with you. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like so that I know. I hope that you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.